when we talk about unique gifts, Deb, what comes to mind for you with that?
Well, you know, you and I can have the same program, but we're going to present it differently. And that's that unique different.
Yeah.
So if we had a storybook, you're
Mhm.
going to read it with your voice, with your animation, with your cues going up and down. You're going to read it with your own energy. So that is your uniqueness. Even though it's going to be the same paragraph that I'm going to read,
Yeah.
I'm going to share it with mine. So your uniqueness is you. What do you deliver? And I think that's a great one of actually going, what is your uniqueness? And recognizing that.
Hmm.
Now, not a it's not a, oh, I go really loud and other people go soft because there are other loud people around. It's actually what can you deliver your way? So
Yeah.
it's recognizing what that is.
Debz is a stressologist. She will stretch your mindset to think bigger than you've ever thought before, with follow-through techniques that are realistic and achievable to blow any fear out of your mind. Moira is a mindset cultivator. She will help you align your personal trinity of self-trust, inner awareness, and self-confidence so that you discover and share your unique gifts and purpose. Together, their goal with these conversations is to share how our inclinations do not always work in our best interest and to provide the knowledge to leverage the gifts that already exist within each one of us. Their desire is to help you learn how to access the habits and behaviors that will lead to positive change and your best quality of life. Welcome to your deliciously motivated mindset.
Welcome, dear listeners. Welcome, dear Deb.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, my dear one. Here we are with another one of our deliciously motivated mindset podcast conversations. This is a good one. I really looking forward to our conversation today. We're going to be sharing and riffing on ideas and strategies to share your unique gifts. We all have unique gifts, and that's going to be, like I said, I think I'm looking forward to what we unpack with this one. But dear listeners, if you've been with us of late, we like to just really bring our energy together in this space and time, regardless of where you are in the world or what's going on. Let's just all connect at our heart. And so to help us do that, I just encourage you to, if you're sitting or lying down or walking, just feel where you are. Feel your feet. Feel you being supported by the seat you're in or by the ground beneath you. And just take a really deep breath into your belly, filling you up. And then maybe even put one hand over your heart space and the other hand over your belly. Just really allowing you to ground yourself to slow things down a little bit and land here in this present space. And take another deep breath. And in whatever way feels right for you, drop an anchoring cord down into the center of the earth. This cord is you claiming your right to be here, to anchor into Mother Earth. Breathe that loving support up into your heart space. And again, in whatever way feels right to you, send a cord or a beam to connect you with the cosmos all the way up. Again, anchoring you in as above, it so below, and we are the in between. Take another nice deep breath and feel yourself enveloped by this beautiful energy. And now, one more deep breath. Imagine and intend that you can breathe in and out of your heart space. And as you do that, energetically allow yourself to connect with everybody else who is listening to, no matter what time or when, listening to this episode, listening to this conversation, because no matter where we are, we always get to come back into this beautiful blanket or matrix of unconditional loving energy that we get to co-create, and we're all a part of it. So take one more deep breath. And breathe it out, allowing yourself to just feel connected, seen, acknowledged, like you're belonging, and also acknowledging that you do actually have unique gifts. And so that's what today's conversation is all about. So we encourage you to grab a note-taking device, pen, pencil, notepad, electronic device, whatever is your preference, because we would like to get into this idea of helping you get some strategies, some ideas around your unique gifts and sharing them. When we talk about unique gifts, Deb, what comes to mind for you with that?
Well, you and I can have the same program, but we're going to present it differently. And that's that unique different.
Yeah.
If we had a storybook, you're
Mhm.
going to read it with your voice, with your animation, with your cues going up and down. You're going to read it with your own energy. So that is your uniqueness, even though it's going to be the same paragraph that I'm going to read, I'm going to share it with mine. So your uniqueness is you. What do you deliver? And I think that's a great one of actually going, what is your uniqueness? And recognizing that.
Mhm.
Now, not a it's not a, oh, I go really loud and other people go soft because there are other loud people around. It's actually, what can you deliver your way? So
Yeah.
it's recognizing what that is, but also loving others for theirs. There's so many points I just want to blurt out here. But also
Mhm.
not only your own uniqueness, but actually, well, then it goes to the no comparison, But what's your uniqueness, but loving others for theirs?
I love that. It's
Does that,
important. Yeah. Very
I don't know how
important.
many tips that is. How many tips is that? 3, 4, 10? No, not good.
Well, we kind of put that I've put it down as 2.
Okay.
Um, but but no, I really like that because to your point, um, we number one that I think is really, really important that I want to put in here too, though, is you do have a unique gift. Sometimes
Oh,
I speak to people and they're like, oh, I don't have any. I don't have any talents or unique gifts. I'm the same as everybody else. Well, that kind of comes into comparison because I'm not good enough.
mm,
That
yeah.
kind of thing. And so the truth of the matter is every being on this planet has a unique gift. They have a unique flavor or a peccadillo or a propensity or something that the collective is actually asking for. And it's our responsibility to bring it in, right?
Mm, yeah. I even when I think about that and I think people choose, like there used to be a social media reel and it's like you put the baby in the middle and then you have 2 people either side and then they both run and the
Right.
baby has to choose who to go to. And
Okay.
it's quite a brutal thing. They do it with animals as well. And I know where my animals would go and it wouldn't be towards me. That's okay. I would just follow any food or anything. But even that, having that appreciation for the others and their uniqueness, I think that, our uniqueness, we can both present, we can both go back to that, read the storybook to our grandchildren. I
Mhm.
don't have, Moira and I don't.
Yep.
But reading that storybook, but what does Nana put in that's different to Granddad? But
Yeah.
honoring them without, I guess, dismissing or talking down about, oh, Granddad does it that way. I guess that's at another level of this. Does that make sense?
Well, kind of. So it's kind of dismissing how somebody else does it, but maybe if you're dismissing how somebody else does it, it's because you're not honoring the power and the you. Yeah.
Yeah, your
Right.
own business.
Yeah.
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 I know what I was trying to say, but that's exactly it. When you see your uniqueness, there is no comparison. You
Yeah.
actually just feel complete in yourself. So you're not having to worry about having the right people around you or saying or doing the right thing because it actually feels true to you.
Mhm.
Because you're the one who's got to go to bed at night with your decisions and actions
Mhm.
that you've made and go to sleep.
Mhm. I think that one of the things that I've often said, and I think that we've talked about this in previous episodes, is that sometimes people have a tough time to come up with what is their unique talent or gift. And if that is an issue, I always say pay attention to what other people say to you because sometimes it's their reflection that alerts you to something that you think, because our unique gifts are often the things we underplay.
Yeah,
Because
it's so
because it's like, it's so easy to do this. It's so easy to lead a guided meditation. It's so easy to help people calm their nervous system. Oh, that's my talent,
yeah.
right? So
Totally.
it's when people come back to you and say, "Oh my gosh, you're so great at this." That's them showing you, alerting you, there's a talent, there's a gift,
It's
right?
also the questions they ask you. It's the
Yeah,
questions, hey, I've got this problem. What do you think?
yeah,
And, and there's things that I ask my mum, different to what I ask my dad, because
because you know
mum
what their talent.
mum will know certain things and dad won't know certain things. So I'll go to one or the other. And it is there. That's their unique genius
Yep.
is mum can answer that question, dad can answer that. And often I'll just try sometimes. Dad, I can't get hold of mum. Can you? And he's like, oh, I'll get her to ring you. I'm like, Dad, can you just tell me this question? What do you think? Oh, I have to get your mother on that one. Oh, you just give me an answer. I need an answer now. No, 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 no,
Not
no,
touching
no,
that one.
no. You can literally hear him like a truck go beep,
Yeah, yeah,
beep.
backing up.
I'll go to the shower now and I'll get your mother on the phone. Like he's quick solution based, not me. And I think that's part of the strategy to share unique gifts is also you're not, that's what I love about my dad is he doesn't need to give it a go. He knows
Right.
that's mum's forte. So
Yep.
being able to go, I need help. I can't be the genius at this. Who can I get? I think that's a recognizable, beautiful characteristic trait is actually going, oh, that's not me. I'm
That's
staying
not,
in my
yeah.
lane. I didn't know that till I said that, Dad. So thanks very much. But that's one of the beautiful things about Dad is he's not going to take on something that's not his, and he doesn't. He wants the best information, so he goes to mum.
So I'm putting that down as like, it's important for you to know your wisdom and your talent and own that. And also then, like you saying, and I like that too. It's like, I don't know this answer. I don't know how to help you, but I know somewhere you can.
Yeah,
Know somebody we can. So that's kind of like, in essence, you're providing the support and the gift. It's not coming through my
yeah.
voice, right?
I worked at an event a couple of weeks ago, and one of the people who are highly skilled at what they were doing, facilitating, they said to even people who were leveling below them, I say below them from the ranking,
Hmm.
can you help me with this person? Can you help me with this? And it was just such a beautiful, um, just a really invigorating thing to see that he just asked for help, and he
That's
asked for
beautiful. Yeah.
and that there is again knowing your wisdom and talent and staying in your lane and going, you know what, I'm just a little bit blocked, can you help me? Like
Hmm.
that's freaking sexy. Not sexy, sexy six, but that like that's when I say sexy, I'm like I'm moving that like that's
It's attractive.
like, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, you've actually,
Absolutely. I completely agree with you.
yeah, I think that's phenomenal.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But that's actually that is testament to staying in your lane and knowing your stuff. But also, I think there's another piece in this, that sharing your unique gifts, it's part of it too, is knowing that we're all in this together. So it's
Yes.
not about forcing, oh, I have to figure this out. You and I have very similar beliefs and philosophies and approaches, but there's going to be times where it's kind of like, oh, it's Deb's better at explaining this. And there's going to be times for you that's Moira's better at explaining this. And so,
I think
but
I
it's
think
not a
it's more
competitive
stopping half
thing.
sentence and then going, can you sum that up,
Yeah,
Moira?
yeah, 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 yeah. Things like that.
That's how it goes just like that. I'm like, I know if I just say this, Moira can sum that up for people to understand. Like that's one of Moira's unique gifts. She picks up my pigeoned English sentences as mum would say. But I
That,
love her for that. I don't feel when I offload that to Moira, hardball it to her, handball it to her. I don't feel I'm dismissing my worth. I don't feel I'm
no.
dismissing Moira's. I'm feeling that Moira's adding her beautifulness to mine and we both level up together.
Yeah.
And I think that's the beautiful of that no comparison, actually just honoring seeing other people's talents and honoring them for who they are, but without squashing them or anything like that, I guess would be the yeah. Sum that up, Moira. Yeah.
Well, I can sum that up because what you just described made me think of what I've discussed before about the cosmic jigsaw puzzle. And
Oh
what
yeah.
I'm sure I've described this to our listeners before, but maybe it was a long time ago. I believe that if we look at our unique gifts, so think of the collective is this beautiful big jigsaw puzzle. So we each one of us has our own unique piece. And
Yeah.
once we figure out this is part of life purpose is what is your shape, your size, your vibe. But you see, once you figure that part out, then you can really celebrate your unique gifts by deciding I'm gonna fit into this beautiful picture, this tapestry with my picture side up because I want to enjoy and to help create this beautiful work of art. This that we're all in it. We're all in it because you see, jigsaw puzzle pieces will actually still fit in picture side down. So that's when we decide to say, this is my unique gifts, I'm shining the light, then we're saying, I am allowing my picture side up to be part of that tapestry. And so
I haven't.
we're playing our role and we're not, like you just said, we're not squashing anybody else. We're saying we're locking arms and we're going home together. Right?
I haven't heard you say that for a long time on our podcast,
No, it
by the way.
has been a while, I'm sure.
A long time. But I actually, well, of course it comes out today, doesn't it?
Of course.
You know, and it goes that teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah, it does.
It's having the right people on your team, which I think about. I go into your intention. If you're looking at strategies to share your unique gifts, look at your intention before you share them, because you may be coming across, well, I know more than you because I clearly do,
But of course,
I know more than you, and if I'm coming across that I know more than you, guess what's going to happen? The outside influences are going to go, "Oh no, you're not," and
you're going to lose all your words or
there's going to
something.
be a battle trying to go there. So just ensure that your intention when you're going to share your unique gifts is for the highest and best for all concerned. And when I say that, you're serving from the heart. There's no ego in it. You're not trying to push them to do something they don't want to do. You don't have to prove anything. It's just actually, hey, I can help you with that.
Mhm.
I can help you with that. And it's done from a beautiful place.
It's service.
Beautiful.
It's service motivated or altruistic, right?
Yeah. Serve with
Yeah.
love. Serving with love. Yeah.
Yeah.
So be aware of your intention when you're going to share that unique gift. And go back and have a look at the times when you have shared and someone slammed you on something, go, I can see. I can see my intention there. My intention was, says Deborah looking in the mirror, I can see my intention of what I was poking. Of course it's going to come back. Totally. But I think that's an awareness of just being aware and seeing that intention.
But you saying that made me think of, and I've said this to you before, is what would love do? So if I have a unique gift and I get clear on what this unique gift is, what would love do?
Mm.
Right? And go from there. That's a beautiful way to just check in. Am I coming from my heart?
Well, I just went to my little post-it note that came from a few weeks ago, and this said from Moira. It might have been a tea bag thing, or it was Moira. I don't know. May your head and heart speak with one voice.
Yeah, that was a teabag one. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Got my little love heart for that. But even just that, you know, when we're looking at our intention, may your head and heart speak with one voice.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just goes, okay, yeah.
So that to me is one of the easiest ways to do that is put your hand on your heart and take a deep breath before you speak anything out.
Mm.
You know, I actually do that before making any decision. Any decision. I'll look at all the different options and choices and I'll put my hand on my heart take a few deep breaths, and then I'll say, yeah, I'm going to do that one, or no, I'm not going to do that one.
Well, what I do is when I read an email, I'm firing at an email at somebody, or someone's asked me, that I put my hand on my heart and I read it aloud.
That's a good way.
My hand on my heart's great because I read it aloud and I can hear my voices break on certain words, and I'm like, okay, what's that emotion there? What's going on there?
Mm-hmm.
If it's a sensitive email, but when you have that head and heart speaking with one voice, it's just such a neutral, monotone, beautiful email sent with love, typed with love, sent with love, and received with love.
But that just basically sums the whole thing up about how to share your unique gifts is make sure that your head and heart are speaking with one voice, then we're done. Right?
Yeah, that's
it. Podcast over.
Oh, well, yeah, totally. Well, then there's the other one, trust.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we still have yet to come up with our tips that come up every single time. Trust is one of them.
Come on, someone, do it for us. Come on. Well, let's do a competition to see how many. Let's do a competition. Yeah. See how many you actually capture that are the same.
But trust is important because trust says I do have unique gifts. Even if I may not be clear on what they all are and how they impact the collective, and am I using all of them to the highest level of service that's possible? Trust, they're there, right?
Well, trust just brings it. When you fully trust, not half trust or 10% or 20%, when you fully 100% trust, everything just drops in. That there's no questioning.
Yeah.
There's no questioning 3 minutes later. Oh, I'm on the right path. The trust is there. It's done. It just go back to my cousin. Calms your farm. Just shuts that brain noise down and goes, okay, got it. I've got it. Thank you. I've got it. Hand on heart. Thank you. I've got this.
But
And allow it to move forward.
trust will allow you to sit in a dark room because trust says the light will go on. There is a light in here. But maybe I need to figure out where the light switch is or something. But trust says I don't have to freak out or flip out or get all stuck and oh my God, I'm stuck in the dark. Right? So trust says I don't actually know the steps forward right now, but I can sit and maybe I can stand up and put my hand out, hit the light switch. But right, because I think that trust really asks us to allow ourselves to sit in the unknown every so often, knowing that when we do that, that clarity lands. So that's coming from the point of view, or my belief is, if I can't see the best way forward, it doesn't mean it's not there. And I trust myself to recognize it when it illumines itself, or when the inspiration lands. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. And I love the way you describe the dark room, because it really just painted a picture of what trust is. And there's no overthinking, over questioning, running your mind on a marathon. There's no hamster wheel. It's just like it's trust.
Yeah.
It's that trust. And I think I'm going to add another tip from that trust is Moira. I'm going to mention Moira and I because Moira and I are very strong in our trust with each other. I trust Moira with things that in fact, I think pretty much everything about me anyway. I don't think I've held anything back.
Ditto.
But I trust she can hold that space and energy. And if it gets too much, I trust that she can go, Deb, I need to take a break, or not, maybe not a break when we're not ever using those words because we talk about that. Deborah, I'm just going to take a moment. Yeah, I'm just going to pause back or anything. And I trust that the people I have around me and with that. But Moira and I are exceptionally great at holding space, energy, whatever it is you require. And we don't have a set thing. We're bespoke to you. If this is your issue, we work around what that works for you. If this is your issue, if trust is your issue. But I know I can trust Moira unconditionally, that can take me out of a pickle with anything. She can pull out my unique gifts, make me laugh, and take me out of that space. And I also know that I can do that for Moira or other people. So when I talk about us, she has a unique gift. She's got unique gifts that I don't have.
Yep.
There's her voice is one thing. I'm just going to tell. And I just go, oh, whenever I hear Moira's voice, I just go, ah, I'm home. It's just that. When I hear
That's
my
it.
voice, I go, oh God, let's run the other way. That's me. So cancel, cancel, cancel. I don't really think that about
Yeah,
myself.
no. Nope.
But it has that beautifulness that she is incredibly skilled at what she does, and I am with me. So you don't have to do this stuff alone, people.
Mm-hmm.
We're really here for you to pull out those unique gifts, shine that torch on you so you can see it, but do it with the beautifulness of, yeah, your head and heart, speaking with one voice.
Mm-hmm. And I
Yeah.
like that. It's funny that you just brought that up because before we hit record today, we were actually talking about who's in our inner circle and
Oh, yeah, we
realized
were too.
we did. So when
I
you're
forgot
saying that, it's like,
that.
yeah, we already talked about that today.
That was only an hour ago. Probably
Yeah.
that. Forgotten about that. There's one. Yeah, see, Moira can pull out those things. Yeah. You're right. It is that. I do have the utmost that inner circle with
Yeah.
you. And I'm that. And I know you could get me out of anything.
Yeah.
Anything.
Likewise.
No
Yeah.
matter what is going on around me or to me or anything. Yeah.
Yeah. Truth be told, listeners, there has been times where we've come on to a session where we were recording and there was so much discombobulation and chaos going on in either mine or your world. It's kind of like, we're not recording today. We're just gonna hold space for one another.
Yes, and
Right?
that's the beautiful thing about having the right tribe around as well.
Yes.
Those people that you can trust. And I'm not saying I don't trust my partner or my mum or dad or my close friends. I just know whatever I share with Moira stays with Moira.
Yeah.
It's between us both, and she doesn't just hear and listen it and hold that space. She pulls that shite out of me and it's gone. And it's gone in such a beautiful way that I'm like, wow, where is that? Where is that? Where is that pain I had before?
Yeah. Yeah. And so that is what we offer one another, but it's also what we offer our students and clients. So to your point, that is sometimes trust can be, I don't know what the right way forward is. So maybe you do need to reach out.
Yeah.
Reaching out, and this is something I've been working on a course dealing with grief. And one of the premises I put in there is, because this is very fresh for me, one of the tips that I was talking about is when we reach out and ask for help, that is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So embrace that. Know that by saying, oh, I just need somebody to hold space for me, to talk this through, or to use it as a sounding board. That's a sign of strength.
Yeah.
And it might
It
give you
is.
the clarity on your own unique gifts, right?
Yeah. You're not alone in any of this. And I think that's the thing. You're not alone in your thoughts and actions. And there's a resolution. There's a solution to every problem.
Yep, 100%.
It's
A problem does
yes,
not exist without the solution already being in existence.
yes, 100%. 100%.
A quick wee message before we get back to this episode. You can get access to a special gift Moira and Debz have put together for you. Go to deliciouslymotivatedmindset.com/gift. When you sign up, you'll receive instant access to an inner peace kit and the 30 Days of Wisdom program, both of which is intended to help you feel deliciously motivated right away. Go to deliciouslymotivatedmindset.com/gift. So
talking about our usual things that we brought trust, but the next one I want to bring in is appreciation and acknowledgement. So appreciating that, yes, you do have gifts. You are a unique human being that is here at this time during these discombobulations that we live in. To appreciate that, but to acknowledge how capable and how powerful you are, just as you are. Right? I'm putting those two together, appreciation and acknowledgement. I think that they make a really beautiful tag team, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And I, I'm just going to add an extra little bit on that. I say to people, everyone wants to be seen, heard, acknowledged. It's
Yeah.
the same. You want to be seen, you want to be heard, you want to be acknowledged. And appreciating your journey just wraps that into that head and heart again.
Yeah,
It
it
wraps
really
it in
does.
the love bubble, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I I just had to giggle because when we were talking about trust and the normal things we talk about on each
You're going to
podcast.
bring up the 4 agreements, aren't
Oh,
you?
you so know I'm going to bring up the 4 agreements because I just went, wow, strategies to share your unique gifts are literally the 4 agreements right there, which
Yes.
is when you can live by the 4 agreements, which is be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. That's always a great one. Anything personally. Don't make assumptions and always do your best.
Mhm.
Going to stand in the power of to share your unique gifts. The 4 agreements are essential.
Yeah.
All of them. Each one has its own level of beautiful awareness and love wrapped into it, eye-opening, but they all go together. And if you're going to share your unique gifts instead of carrying away from the world, live by the 4 agreements. Be impeccable with your word, don't take anything personally, don't make assumptions, and always do your best.
And we've talked about this before, is that sometimes people will listen to those 4 agreements and go, oh my gosh, they go into overwhelm. So I invite
Oh,
you to say, just for today. Just for
yeah.
today, I'm going to be impeccable with my word. Just for today, I'm not going to take anything personally. Just for today, I will not make any assumptions. And just for today, I'm doing my best. And of course, that one I find a lot of people get tripped up on, the just do your best, because we we don't assess ourselves. You have to assess what's your bandwidth. You know, on a day where you've had great sleep, your nervous system is great, you've got lots of energy, you've eaten well, got great timing, scheduling, your best is going to be a much higher level than if you were feeling depleted and your bandwidth was low. So oftentimes when people do that, though, they beat themselves up and say, oh, but yesterday I did this, I achieved this level, so I have to force and push. Just for today, I'm doing the best with wherever I'm at, with whatever's going on for me, right?
Yeah, totally. And even the just for today, I've actually done as a separate tip for the 4 agreements because even to share your unique gifts, if you're not feeling the mood or you're not feeling that, just for today. Just for today, I'm just going to tap myself away. Just for today, I'm going to listen to a podcast. But it reminded me because Moira and I talked earlier, and she said she said the sentence, that version of you is no longer here.
Right, yeah.
It really resonated with me because your unique gifts are going to be your unique gifts, but things move. And if your unique gift is holding space and energy for somebody and you've had a bad sleep or a poor sleep, you ain't going to hold much energy and space for anyone. So just know that that version of you that yesterday you were vibrant, you're alive, you were kicking, there was a lot of things going on, a lot of moving parts you're managing, and you've had poor sleep, just like Moira said, poor sleep or eaten funny or any of those things. That version of you is no longer there. That was yesterday's version.
Right, right.
So just remember, just for today functions on just for today, but
Yeah.
also can function for just for the next hour. Doesn't
Yep.
have to wake up tomorrow and wait till tomorrow. Just for the next hour, just for today, just
Yep.
for this meeting. Yeah.
No, I like that you brought that up because one of my unique talents is calming people's nervous system. I use my
Love
voice
it.
to do guided meditations. So knowing that, if I'm going through some kind of turmoil or discombobulation, I can't go and do that, and I won't go and do that. It doesn't mean that I'm denying my unique gifts or but it's saying I'm an
Honoring
energetic being, and it's honoring those I'm here to serve, to say, yeah, I'm not right there right now. Doing my best may mean closing the curtains, closing the door, and just saying, I'm taking some time away to fill my cup. Because that's actually a really important piece with sharing your unique gifts, is you must look after yourself. Sacred self-care. You've got to fill your cup, because the analogy, I love this analogy that I often refer to, is when we are all here to serve the collective or to be of contribution, but it's essential to give from your saucer, not your cup, because you cannot pour from an empty cup. So therefore, self-care, and I like to say, call it sacred self-care, it's doing it so you can impeccably share your unique gifts. But if
Yeah.
you deplete yourself, you're not of good to yourself or anyone, right?
I I love that. And one of the things we used to do at the start of our podcast is we would talk about our PEMS,
Yeah.
which is physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. And you go, where do I feel physically? Where do I feel mentally? Where do I feel spiritually, mentally? Physical? Where do I feel physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually?
Yeah.
And you just create a number for yourself, and you're like, wow, okay, that's where I am. That's interesting. I'm a 0 being amazing. I'm actually an 8. Well, I wouldn't have thought that. That's all you got to do. Just go, oh, that's interesting. Okay. You don't have to think about it more. And I love the PEMS check-in, because that's just about that whole, just for today, just for that meeting and the sacred self-care. You know what? I'm feeling a little bit off. I'm not going to go and do that stuff that I said I was going to do. I'm not going to write that mailer because people are going to feel that energy.
Yeah.
I'm actually just, and honoring yourself. I think that is a unique gift on its own, is honoring yourself, putting yourself first. They talk about the planes, your oxygen
Yeah.
mask.
Oxygen mask on you first.
Yeah, definitely. All of those things. But that PEMS is a great one to check in with where you are when you're feeling a little bit wobbly. But just know that that version of you from yesterday is actually no longer here, as my voice breaks.
No, and that's so important, because the truth is we all do experience the wobbles.
Mm,
So we can't just kind of go, okay, and push through, because
mm.
the next wobble might be a fall all the way down,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Don't want that, because that is the thing, is that um understanding what your level, like you're talking about the PEMS check-in, the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual check-in. I also like to encourage people to take that a step further, so that they know, what do you need to feel your best physically? What do you need to feel your best emotionally and mentally
Mm,
and spiritually? And that can inform you, what do you need for your level of self-care?
yeah.
Because
And
some days,
that's a beautiful sacred self-care kit that you've
yes,
got. That today means I'm going to pull the blinds.
yeah,
Tomorrow means I'm going to drink a coffee. The day after means I'm going to sprinkle myself in glitter or go outside. Like, they're very different things. And you have that toolkit
yeah.
you can pull upon whatever works.
Hmm. Yeah. And that's why it's really important to have a variety of things, because, and you've said this many times before, Deb, is just because one strategy worked in a certain situation doesn't mean it's going to apply to everything that you go through, right?
Yeah.
I think that's what inspires us to continually have these conversations and come up with these tips and ideas, because a tip and idea may resonate with you right here, right now, and then the other's kind of like, nice idea, but doesn't apply. But
Yep.
then
Not
you
me. Yeah.
give it a couple weeks or months, and you go, oh, it does resonate now, or remember that tip that I learned. I'm going to try it out now, right? So it's,
Even if you listen to this podcast now and then you listen to it 2 weeks later, you're going to pick up different distinctions
yeah, yeah,
with different
definitely.
insights with whatever's going on around you.
Mm,
And I love that, because that just shows that your unique gifts are with you, but they're ever evolving. Things
mhm.
move, things change from your stories or your interactions or your perceptions of whatever's gone on, your stories change.
Yep.
As well.
Yep.
I know we're coming up to our time, so I'm going to throw this to Moira and just say, would you like to share one more strategy to share your unique gift before we wrap it up?
Um, so my thing is, what I would say is, are you playing the game of life full on? Are you actually doing the things that you love to do? Like, where is your passion? Do you feel lit up by the things that you get to do, or do you allow yourself to get overwhelmed by the things that you should do or you have to? I think that in sharing our unique gifts, it's very, very important to watch the quality of the words that we use to and about ourselves, because that actually can help you see, are you really being authentically you? Does that make sense?
Yeah, which I love that, and I think that, you know, to sum it all up. Actually, I'm gonna sum that up at the end. I'm gonna go to our notes because it's just something I just want to add on to. I would like to sprinkle a little bit more glitter around what Moira just said then.
Okay.
Even though I did say to her, you can have this last one, but you know, my head just goes here. So, people, thank you for listening. Grab your note-taking device because we're going to condense our podcast into bullet points now. Good luck. I hear my inner voice go, good luck with that. Good luck with that. So, tipping off with our first one was, what is your unique gift?
Mm-hmm.
Your unique gift, yours and yours alone. What is yours? Knowing that other people can have their own, but what is your unique gift? And once you can recognize that, there's a little shift into, okay, I get it. Now I can see that, and you can leverage from that.
Mm-hmm. And then from there, we talked about no comparison.
Yeah, then
So because we all do have a unique gift, and so it's the landing in that, and it's what you do. That's when you were talking about you and I could make the same presentation verbatim. It could be verbatim, and people would hear something different from me and different from you, simply because we come from our heart and we speak in different ways. We have different accents as well.
people in America are like, I love your accent. I'm like, huh? You've got accent. They're like, yes, ma'am. And I'm like, say that again. Just keep saying that again. Thank you very much.
You're funny.
With that is also appreciate with a no comparison, appreciating others for their talents and their
Right.
unique is the other part of that.
Yes.
And the next tip I had was actually know your wisdom and talent and stay in your lane. And that was my conversation about my mum and dad.
Right.
When mum's great at certain things and dad's great at other things, and then I'll ask dad, and it's very funny because as I say that, mum's like, oh, I'll give it a go, I'll answer that. And they're like, I get that. Mum actually gives it a go. That's interesting. I just spotted that now as I say
funny.
that.
Yeah.
But dad's like, oh, that's your mother's. No, I'll just put your mother on the phone. Oh, let me go find. Oh, da, 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 da. He literally can hear
He's
the.
like beep 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 beep.
Totally, you can hear that. He's, you know, the other day I spoke to him and he said, oh, get her out of the shower for this. I'm like, you don't have to. He's like, oh, I think I do. I'm like, it's not that big. It's okay. But know your wisdom and talent and stay in lane and be open to that feedback of asking other people.
Right. And so in asking other people, the next tip that I have here is to if you have some kind of dithering or not totally sure about what your unique gifts are, we said that pay attention to what others say to you and ask of you. So that can be, because really our unique gifts, they're so easy to us. They're effortless. They come without us even having to think. Right? So it flows through you. So what do people say? Oh my gosh, you're so good at this. Or what do people ask you? Like, oh, can you help me figure this problem out? Those will actually help you get really clear on what your unique gifts are. So then you can share them more, right?
I love that it's just so simple, the cosmic jigsaw puzzle.
Yes. I know,
Just
isn't that
goes,
awesome? I just love the visual of that.
I know, I just go, oh, that makes sense. Okay, got that. The next tip we've got written down here is your intention. And be aware of your intention when you're sharing your unique gifts, whether you'd like to share them or not. Because you don't have to prove anything and the ego will come in sometimes if it's an ego driven. But one of the sayings from one of our podcasts recently was, may your head and heart speak with one voice.
Hmm.
So when you're sharing your intention to share your unique gifts, may your head and heart speak with one voice. That intention is already from a soul level, it's already from a heart level,
Yeah.
and people will feel that from
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. And that's where I added in that if you're clear on what your unique gifts are, you can ask yourself, what would love do? So if my unique gift is calming you down, what would love do? Well, love might wrap you up in a big love blanket, right?
Just gonna add that into one of my other post-it notes. Don't know why I haven't got that one written down.
I
Just
thought you
saying.
did. I thought you did.
I must have it. Um, yeah. The other one I've got written down here is a hand on heart.
Right. Yes.
And a hand on heart is to me one of the quickest resolutions to recalibrate your emotions, because you can do it publicly.
I know.
You can do it on stage, you can do it anywhere and everywhere when someone's talking to you and you can feel yourself riling up. Just put your hand on your heart and remind yourself you live there. But when you're sharing that unique gift and it's really truly coming from the heart.
Yeah, it's
And
really engaging your heart to
yeah,
to do that. I do it so often that I don't even think about it anymore. Like, oh, look, my hand's there again.
I don't I same and same. You just do it and then you're like, oh, hand on heart, and like, oh, it's already there. Whoops. It's already done. Yeah.
Yep, definitely. The next one that I have is trust. That's one of our fundamental foundational ones, trust. And that's when I brought up that analogy of trust says I can sit in a dark room and know that
Mm,
the light will come on, or there is light. I don't have to get overwhelmed or stuck or think, oh my God, this is it. I'm destined to sit in this dark room forever.
yeah. And one of the words that Moira says, trust is an inside job.
Yes.
Ugh,
All
done.
trust begins
Okay,
with you,
that's
within
all
you.
about it. Yeah. The next tip I have is Moira and Deb.
Yes.
That is us. We will be able to level up your unique gift. We'll be able to take your brain noise away
Mhm.
into more inspiring brain noise. We will add you vitality when you're sharing, because when you're sharing your unique gift, you actually become alive and functioning, and
Totally
you're on
lit
a
up.
you're literally on a different vibration. This is where you are, and the chaos that sometimes comes your way doesn't hit you when you know how to. Otherwise, that chaos can knock you off. So Moira and I we talked about this, over 80 years experience
Yeah.
between
Between
both,
us. Yep.
our knowledge, doing paid consultations. This is not just talking to people in the playground. This is over 80 years of paid consulting work where we have helped transform people's lives. So we're here.
Hmm.
Reach out to us. We're here for you to brighten that unique gift and to declutter that brain noise that stops you from moving forward.
Yep. Beautifully said. The next one I have is, or I put a tag team together of appreciate and acknowledge. And that's when you said we all need to be seen, heard, and acknowledged. But
Mm,
when you appreciate the things that you get to do, and you acknowledge that you are a creator being, that you are in flow, that you are making the contribution that you as a soul intended to, and
yeah.
appreciate that. And then of course you always get back to that piece that I like to say is what you appreciate appreciates.
I was about to say, I was like, we haven't said that
I haven't said
favorite.
that today.
I was like, hang on. But even just that allows you to go, oh, okay, and gives you that backing that you've got someone behind you
Mhm.
as you take that next step. The four agreements. The
Yes.
four agreements, which are, be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions, and always do your best.
Yes.
And if you can live by those, they will they'll heighten your unique gifts. You'll share it phenomenally without any thought, or it'll just come naturally, would
Yeah.
be it.
Removes the discombobulation.
Yes. And
Yes.
there was quite a few bullet points that came out of that, but I've got all the rest of them as separate because I
Yeah,
think
I
they've
put them as separate because what we took out, because what I had said, and in response to that is to use the statement just for today. So
yes,
just
good.
for today, and I'm going to be impeccable with my word, just for today, not taking things personally. But then also what we tagged on to that one is that version of me is no longer here. So when I say just for today, the version of me who was here yesterday or last week or last year is not the one that's assessing or trying to do my best, right? So that's why it's really land you. I mean, let's face it, that's where our power is right here, right now. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, right here, today, right?
And then we went on to talk about our sacred self-care.
Mm-hmm.
And that was giving love to people from your overflowed cup.
Yes,
Just knowing that what works today may not work tomorrow,
that's right.
but also just knowing that, you know, drinking your water from a glass instead of a drink bottle has a different energy effect with you.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever that is, that sacred self-care can change for you.
Yep.
And that
Yeah.
will when your head and heart is speaking with one voice.
Absolutely. And so then a question, one of my favorite questions to help us navigate this shifting, changing landscape is, how does this make me feel about me? So, drinking my water from this vessel, how does it make me feel about me? It makes me feel nurtured and calm but if it makes you feel antsy and nervous, and then maybe you need something else, right?
That's right. And but it can be as simple as changing the cup you're drinking out of.
Yeah,
It can be
definitely.
as simple as go standing outside. This doesn't have to be an expensive, long journey for you to shift your energy.
No, no.
It can just be a moment.
Yep. Yep. The next one I have, well, we talked about our PEMS check-in on the heels of that sacred self-care. So that's the checking in. What do I need to fill my cup on a physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual level? And it's actually very useful to do those check-ins throughout your day because they
Mm,
change as we, go through different experiences and deal with stuff in our days, that it does change. So
yeah,
checking in on yourself is an important part too. So it's honoring yourself, right?
yeah. And I'm hearing all these tips. And I'm going, okay. I've got this. Yep, Deborah, tick, tick. Highlight that one. But the last one Moira actually just dropped was, are you playing the game of life full on?
Yeah.
Because if you're not, it's up to you to change it. It's not up to me to change it for you. It's not up to Moira to change it. It's not up to your family, your friends, or anything. This is up to you to put your foot down and go, you know what? I'm ready for something different.
Yep.
So are you playing the game of life full on? And when we look, these are strategies to share your unique gifts. They are beautiful strategies that are not, they can be effortless. But if you're sitting in that space and things are getting too hard, they're not effortless. They're weighing you down and they're going to stop you from moving. And that's not our intention here. Our intention is to get you moving and keep you moving and actually climbing up the ladder at a speed that you feel comfortable with to reach where you want to reach.
Yeah. It feels like a
So,
flow, basically. Flowing
yeah.
up that ladder.
Yeah, gliding up that ladder. That's it.
Yeah.
Instead of slipping down 20 ledges. Um, but I also want to share with you people that the strategies to share your unique gifts. We've given you some solid tips from here, and I know we talked about just for today or just for this morning. I'm really going to nail it down for you to go, what's the highest priority action step you're going to take today to achieve your goal? I want you to take a moment now and write down what is the highest priority action step you're going to do today to achieve your goal. After all the information you've heard, focus on that one step at a time, build, 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 and think of the next one from that. Because there's some real powerful tips in here to keep you moving and to level you up, and the strategies to share your unique gifts, not just keep them for yourself.
Yeah. That's
For
your
yourself.
responsibility, is to share them.
That's right. That's right.
Mhm.
I want to thank you today for that. We would love you to, if you like today, because clearly you must have, because you're still hanging in there. If you like
You're
today,
still here.
the next step is actually let us know in the comments, or email us, or connect with us via whatever form you're on right now. Let us know, what is that action step you're taking from today. Let
Yeah.
us know, because
Yeah.
we love hearing that, and we're nosy as anything. We want to know, like, we're nosy. I admit it, I'm nosy. I want to know what's going on in your life. So just share, what is that action step, so that I can look and feel that and go, oh, yay, or wow, that's one I'm actually going to do myself. Share that, because when you share that unique gift, again, other people are going to see that, they're going to read that, and they're going to take a piece of that from that. So if you like that, the next step is share what's your highest priority action step you're going to do today to achieve your goal. So thank you, listeners, for joining us. There will be another podcast. If you can't wait a week for the next one, then I suggest you go back and listen to one of the older ones, because there's some
a
good
plethora of them to choose from.
there's a wealth of knowledge sitting there. Yes. And I want to thank the internet for working today, because boy, it was touch and go.
It was a
earlier
wee bit there, a wee bit wobbly.
before we kicked off. And I want to thank Moira for having her unique gifts and gelling with me and bringing them into this podcast where we can share our gifts with you. And I'm going to thank myself for offloading to Moira prior to this call and her pulling me into line.
You're awesome. I love doing these conversations. Thank you, dear listeners. Thank you, internet. And thank you, dear Deb.
Yeah, thank you. Signing off on our
Signing
strategies
off.
to create unique gifts. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.